What is going on, everybody? My name is Ryan and welcome back to another New World video. So the servers are down right now with patch 1.0.2 being implemented, so I thought I'd jump on here, upload a video about the changes that are happening and also things that will be changed when you log in. Some things that I'm quite upset about, but I know is completely understandable. So let's jump right in. So a big thing I noticed when we were sort of waging wars with other factions and other cities, and they were waging war with us, the influence bar was massively going up and down really quickly, and people could do it in sort of like an hour and a half, and it didn't feel right to me. And in fact, New World have come out and said that they've actually reduced the amount of influence increase over time massively, significantly for attacking factions. So it was actually a bug that multiplied much faster than intended over time, so it might take a little bit longer for you guys to wage war with people. But then also, on the other hand, it'll take a lot longer for the opposing factions to declare war on you, so it'll give you more chance to defend it. I did think it was a little bit too fast, and we are at a point in our server where there's like, I think 4 different zones being declared for war, whereas purple or the yellow syndicate or covenant would just literally wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever they're doing when everybody's asleep and go around and take them, and by the time we'd woken up it'd be fully at war. So hopefully this will help influence that. And also the decrease in influence over time for defending factions, they've removed it completely, so I don't know how that's going to play out, but it'll be interesting to see how the PvP happens moving forward, what the wars are going to look like, and how long it's going to be before you can declare war. So pay attention to your world and see how long it takes for the wars to come out. I would probably say maybe double the time, if not 3 times the amount of time it takes to take over a city and declare war, so we'll have to wait and see. Some general bug fixes. This is a big one where players could respawn as a corpse. I had that, it bugged out and I had to just turn my computer off. Well, I had to turn the game off and start again. It's a bit of a weird one to do. But this one, fixing issue causing players kicked, suspended, banned or removed from the game by easy anti-cheat to receive unclear communication. Additional messaging has been added so players can better understand the penalty they received. Now, in a game that's just come out, this is a massive one, because if you get kicked unexpectedly without any sort of description, you're not going to have a good time. But you know, if you are going to be cheating, and if you are cheating, then you know what you're going to be kicked for. But I know some people are getting banned, and I was reading an article the other day about players are banning other players so they can easily win a war. Whether or not that's something that's a bug or something that they need to fix, but if they are banned for a specific reason, it would be nice for some more clarity as to what the reason is they're getting banned for. The influence is reset sometimes after an invasion, so obviously invasions are the +50 PvE events, and after that's finished, it can cause the influence to reset, which makes it a lot more easier for the attacking factions to sort of declare war. So really good fixes so far in regards to PvP and PvE so far. I noticed this myself, the issue where you basically, what you want to do is you're trying to take a split amount of sort of items from different cities' storage and bring it to you. I have paid quite a lot to transfer my storage between cities, and I have paid the full price for them, so I am actually really happy with this bug fix. Fix an issue reducing variety and potential quantity of loot obtained from game modes and chests within the world. I think the good thing is as well for the variety of the items that drop. So I had it where I killed a mob, the same mob twice, and I got boots. I think it was a Skinner's Tread. It's a tier 4 set of boots, and I got the exact same ones twice with the exact same stats and everything. So I'm hoping that stuff like this, quality of life changes, will actually increase, and I might get, from, if I went back and say did it again, I'd get something slightly different. So it just add more variety into your build. I do seem to get a lot of the same items, so hopefully this is going to massively increase this option. So I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm going to put a link in the description down below in regards to. I'm going to put a link in the description down below to this forum, and if you're playing New World and you're trying to log in, it does sort of direct you to this anyway. But we'll go ahead and continue with some more. Fix an issue causing some crafting bonuses not to provide the minimum intended values. Now I craft a lot and I've not noticed that myself, but it might just be the fact that I'm crafting so much that I've not actually seen it. But this is probably a really good quality of life changes. All of these bug fixes are really good quality of life, and I'm really sort of pleased that they're really updating it. I don't like the fact that the servers are down for 5 hours, but I like the fact that they're updating it every single week. I think they just need to change the timings and have, because it seems to be the whole servers on every single country is down, every sort of, yeah, everything is down across the entire world, and I really hope they start doing sort of time zone fixes like Europe and America and things like that, because obviously for them in America it's really early in the morning, so not people are going to be playing, but for us it's right in the afternoon. So that's the only downside that I see with these fixes, that they need to do sort of split between America and EU. And so massive quality of life changes, massive fixes. Thank you. I want to pet Barkimedes now. It did cause my camera to jitter, and now I can actively go and pet Barkimedes with no issues whatsoever. This one I actually spec'd out of Ice Pylon for this exact issue. It caused so many different bugs for me about when it was reset and the cooldown, to a point where I could spam it for a little bit, and then other times it would take forever for it to sort of come off cooldown. So I just got rid of it off my toolbar, and I didn't use that spell anymore. I just changed it to something else. So I'm glad that this is back in and it is fixed, and it also will help in PvP because the Ice Pylon is a massive thing, and a lot of people are using that. Quite annoying, but in PvP, but I'm glad that they're getting it fixed. Huge one, fix an issue where settlement storage can become massively overflowed by expired contracts. I had that quite often. I had to go through and delete them. I do a lot of town board missions, so to have that overflow my storage, it did damage me a lot in regards to the XP gain, so I'm glad to fix that. Hopefully they just get rid of it if it expired automatically, instead of me going in and having to remove it over and over again. So I'm glad this is fixed. This one, we were actually laughing about it on Discord yesterday, about you cue the Mario music where you collect a star and you're going really, really fast. I've had this bug so many times. It's not just with logging, it's with anything that I find. If I get over encumbered, if I'm mining or if I'm herbing, or just in general, if I press a certain button and my character starts to sort of movement stutter, I have that so many times, and I don't think it is just logging, but I'm glad that they're fixing it, and I'm hoping that them fixing this issue actually just fixes all of it, because it is quite annoying, because it is a game bug and it's not as intended, and the last thing I'd want is for people to get banned for doing this. I've seen it a few times, and I've done it myself, where I've sort of walked across half a map to get back to my storage so I can transfer across whilst I'd be over encumbered and stuttering. So I'm hoping that it's fixed all the way through. I've had this so many times over the past couple of days about fixing an issue causing players to randomly teleport. I've had that so many times, and I don't believe it's teleporting like halfway across a map like what you think. I've had it where I've swung an axe, or I've fired an ice ball, shall we say, and it's teleported me a couple of steps to the left or a couple of steps to the right. And in PvP, when we're doing the war, sometimes they were sort of bouncing between left and right, and it's quite hard to hit. So I'm so glad that they're fixing that. I'm hoping once again that this is a fix that fixes all of the issues with the teleporting. You will expect that with lag. Sometimes people teleport, but I had like 30 MS and I was sort of bouncing left and right after a few spells, so I'm really hoping this fixes it. I've noticed when you also do the stamina trick where you roll and then you press X and it resets it, this is also what's causing me to teleport, so I was wondering if that's directly linked to it or if it's happening other times. There's a few other fixes about disappearing in sort of PvP and things like that, but there's those three. You can pause the video if you want to read it. I want to jump across to the AI fixes. This is what I'm not happy about the most, and it's the reset timer for bears, boars and marsh jaw as well. This, as you see in my last video, is a really good farm at Boar's Home in Restless Shores. It's always filled with players. Every time I go up, even I don't see people spamming it in the general chat, there's just people there. It basically is, and I'll link it in my last video, I'll put a timestamp at the top and I'll put it in my description. You basically go there and get a massive level and skinning. Oh, I'm just glad that I managed to do it before it gets fixed. We all knew it was going to come. It was going to get fixed and patched out because I know it wasn't intended, but basically they were spawning twice as fast as what they initially intended. Same with the marsh jaws, and same with certain bears as well, with like the bear cave, the boar cave. But I think even though this caused them to spawn twice as intended number, I do believe it's still going to be a really good spot. It's just not going to take, it's going to take a little bit longer, but I believe, because I think what happens is boars and bears and sort of mobs, they spawn depending on how many players are there. So if you still have a really large amount of players that come, I do believe it's going to be a really good farming spot. It's just not going to be as good. There are a bunch of store fixes. I myself haven't bought anything from the store, so I haven't actually sort of come into any of these issues, but I'm glad that they're fixing things with the store, because obviously that's people's money, and if there's an error with people's money when they're trying to purchase things, they want to get it fixed as soon as possible. But that's it, guys. So that's the whole sort of thing. I'll put a link in the description down below for the update. As I say, it is quite annoying that it is a full 5 hours for the second week running, but I am also glad that New World are actually up to date and they're on it really quickly with updates coming every single week. It might be that there's an update every week coming up because there are some bugs still and quality of life changes that they need to fix, and I'm glad that they're fixing it still and they're well on with their patches. The only thing I would say is they really need to look at regional updates instead. So we, in the middle of the afternoon, say it's 2:30 in the afternoon when I'm recording this video, and when I'm going to edit it. So for us, it's prime time gameplay. There are people that are on holiday or working from home, or people that shouldn't really be playing at the moment, but they are because they should be working. Not pointing any fingers, but for us, as well as sort of Europe in general, different time zones, people are finishing work at this point and they want to jump in and play, but they can't. Whereas with America, it's right early in the morning at the moment, so that is really good for them. So they really need to fix the regional updates instead of the world updates and have this come out at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, so when people are awake at 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, they can jump on and play when they want, not sort of being right in the middle of the day. But anyway, guys, I hope you like this update. I hope there's some things in there that fixes and issues that you've been having in the game. I'm going to be posting all the updates for the next one. I'm probably assuming it's going to be next Wednesday when they do another update, but I'll be there with another release on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and write a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.